So like tomorrow? I know, I got that. If you can have a seat. Shabbat Shalom. Ya la la la, la 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 la, ya la la la, la 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 la, ya la la la, la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Anybody here from Chicago? Anybody here from Danville? Well, we're all here. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom and welcome. I'm joined by Jeff Reitzes to my left.
Shabbat Shalom.
The best voice on the beamer. Bim
Bim bim bim bam, bim 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 bam,
la 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 la,
bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom.
bim
Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim 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 bam,
la 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 la,
bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam.
Hine
Tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yada yada da 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 da. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yada yada da 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 da. Hine ma tovu manayim, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Page number 7, Yiddi Nefesh, transliteration, page number 9. Yiddi Nefesh HaMarachaman, Yiddi Nefesh HaMarachaman, Mishoch Avdecha, Eretz Sonecha, Mishoch Avdecha, Yalalala, Eretz Sonecha, Yarutz Avdecha, Yemoya, Ishtachavela, Yalalala, El Muhadarecha, Yarutz Avdecha, Kemoya, Ishtachavela, Yalalala, El Muhadarecha. Candle lighting, page number 5. May I have the female side of the Bat Mitzvah family come forward, please? Candles are over there. You should go over there with your mom. Light the candles. Light the candles first, please.
אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen. This I understand is a traditional Israeli melody, new to this people. No, Mazel Tov. Thank you. Mazel Tov for tomorrow. Mazel Tov for you. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Actually, Natalie, I need you and your cohort back up here right away, like now. Page, no, we got more to go. Beg your pardon. Okay, beg your pardon. Page 41. Those of you who weren't here last week for Purim had not heard that we had an actual visitation. The Shabbat bride, she was out here. We didn't know she smoked cigars, but there she was joining us. Page 41. The old melody that I learned when I was growing up. Lecha dodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor zachor b'dibor echad, hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litayla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. 43. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'baracha. בראש מקדם ניסוך, סוף מעשה מחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Top of 45. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Page 47, please rise. Second verse. We face the rear of the sanctuary on the hope that last week was fulfilled, that the Shabbat Queen, Shabbat Bride will visit us. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Please be seated. Page 55. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ביעמד יברך ילותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחייך בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו, יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו Amen. I need Naomi and all FON who are here, friends of Naomi, please come forward. We are on page 57. You've all been on the beamer before. You look so insecure. Naomi, the mic is yours. Please rise.
Hamevorach, 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 Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Le'olam, Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed.
Okay, stay put. We're going to need you in just a moment. Please be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, who skillfully opens the gates and thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons and arranges the stars in their heavenly course according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, umavdil bein yom u'bein laila, Adonai Tzevaot, Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam tamid yimloch aleinu li'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv ha'aravim. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect upon them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nehege yomam v'layla, v'ahavtecha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. I think I saw your picture in the post office. We're on page 65. Please rise. Naomi, this microphone is yours. One, two, three.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malechuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Not you guys, you continue. I made you laugh. No, come on. 1, 2, 3.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'dvarim ha'ela asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanta al levanecha v'divrata bam V'shivtecha bebeitecha, u'vlechtecha v'derech, u'kshokbecha, u'kumecha, u'kshatam le'yot al yadecha, v'chayu letotafot beinenecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha.
Yasher koach. You may be seated. Page 79. I took away one of Jeff's solos, so this is his. Page 79.
La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ha la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ha la 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 ha la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 mi chamocha bali madonai mi mamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tahilot o sefele nora tahilot o sefele ha la 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 I lie, 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 lie. I lie, lie, lie. I lie, 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 lie.
Malchutecha ruvanecha bokeh yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'eli anu v'yamaru. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, go'al Yisrael. Page 81. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. And the translation is on page 83. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chayim. Help us to lie down, O God, in peace, and let us rise again, our sovereign, to life. The Shamaru, page 85. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat
Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam.
Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam.
Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti
le'olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam.
Ki sheshet yamim
Asa Adonai, Asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam.
Uvayom hashvi
Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat ledoratam barit olam.
Page 91. Yai lai 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 Adonai. Yai lai 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 lai
Svatai tivtach. Yai lai 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 ufi yagid. Ufi yagid ta'ilatecha.
Yai lai 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 lai
Adonai. Yadadadadadadai Svatai tivtach. Yadadadadadadai ufi yagid. Ufi yagid ta'ilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Page 95. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות כל חי. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה כל חי. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You are holy, your name is holy, and all holy beings hail you each day. Blessed are you, O God, the holy God. Please be seated. So, as I do every Friday at this moment, in place of the prayer in the Amidah called the Hoda'ah, the gratitudes, I ask if anybody here has anything that they're grateful about, anything that happened yesterday, today, a week ago, might happen tomorrow, for which you're grateful and you'd like to share with us. And for those of you who are guests, I go around with the mic because that's the way the people who are streaming get to hear what you have to say. Anybody? All right, I got one. All it takes is one. What? Wait.
I just want to say, no, I won't. I just want to say hi to my sister, and anybody who wants to turn around and wave to her, you should. Hi, Arl. You can see us.
For those of you who know, she's in Florida. She's
The reason I'm doing this is because I usually sit over there.
Yeah.
But I sat here by mistake, and so she can see me now. So I wanted her to know that it was me.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I'm grateful that St. Mary's men's basketball won today because my son works for the athletic department at St. Mary's. So we're all about St. Mary's basketball.
And I was on the phone when you got the
Yeah.
news.
And what is St. Mary's?
It's St. Mary's College. Their men's basketball is part of the March Madness now. They've made
really?
it to the second.
No kidding. No kidding. That's impressive. I mean, it's like not. It's not like a. It's not like a big. I mean, it's not like Michigan State or Ohio. That's great. Oh, there we go. Hello.
I'm grateful to see our friends Gwen and Norton back. Thank you. Yay.
And nice to meet you. As I told you, there was an email that went around. It went to all of Danville and San Ramon. People were so excited that you're back. It was nice to see you. Oh.
Yeah, thank you, first of all, but Gwen and I are thrilled to be back. We were actually married by Rabbi Dan in 1998 before this place existed. So we've been gone for 3 years, and it feels like home. And so we're blessed to be back. Thank you all.
Well, we're glad to have you. Glad to see new faces. Well, I'm grateful that another bat mitzvah is coming up. Oh, I'll come back. All right, that's fine. I didn't see you, and to see Naomi. That's your Hebrew name too, isn't it? Yeah. and all your friends. Nice to see you guys. All right, I got to trudge over here. I got this. I have this app in my phone that I don't remember activating, but it tells me how many steps I've taken. So.
I'm very grateful that the Jane family is here tonight, the night before Naomi's bat mitzvah tomorrow. It's a big day. And we want to thank you for such a beautiful oneg. You just brought some wonderful food, and thank you so much. And it's really wonderful to see you all here. And welcome to Noah from Chicago.
I realized, Kathy, I'd made a mistake, so we're going to have you come up out of order to read that reading, so it's such a great reading. Anybody else? So just take a moment. Hey, I know you guys know this song, so could you come up here? The Bat Mitzvah cohort, we're going to do Oseh Shalom. It's number 6. If you have the laminated sheet, it's number 16. If you don't, it's page 107. You guys might center yourself on the microphone.
16. We know it, guys. Guys, it's different.
Oseh Shalom B'Romah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom B'Romah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru, Amen. You may be seated, Kathy.
And so you shall love what is holy with all your courage, with all your passion, and with all of your strength. Let the words that have come down shine in our words and in our actions. We must teach our children to know and understand them. We must speak about what is good and holy within our homes, when we are working and when we are at play, when we lie down and when we get up. Let the work of your hands speak them. Let your eyes shine and see with their knowledge. Let them run in your blood and glow from your doors and windows. We should love ourselves, for we are of God. We should love our neighbors as ourselves. We should love the stranger, for we were once strangers in the land of Egypt and have been strangers in all the lands of the world since. Let love fill our hearts. Let it fill our hearts with its clear and precious water, for all the living with whom we share the water of life. Heaven and earth observe how we cherish and spoil our world. Heaven and earth watch whether we choose life or we choose death. We must choose life, so that we and our children's children may live. We must love the source of being and the power of life. Be quiet and listen to the still small voice within that speaks in love. Open to it, hear it, heed it, and work for life. Let us remember and strive to be good. Let us remember to find what is holy within and without. Marge Piercy.
Thank you. Where is it? Excuse me. Ah, yes. So we're going to pause at this point in the service, as we always do, to bring to mind members of our community who are in need of healing. We are thinking this evening about Tiffany Rich, Julie Desmond, Beatrice Gottlieb, Margot Donovan, Stacy Donovan, Seema Fox, Donald James, Reuben Cohen, Shirley Cohen, Tina Grippa, Elisa Gutierrez, Bob Shalom, Diane Denenberg, Michael Denenberg, Dara Waski, Hutton Duenas, Shira Bat Chaim Verut, Lori Ann Maxwell, and Cindy Watkins. Song number 15 rather, Misha Baruch on the laminated sheet.
Mishe Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us to find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And I did forget, so I don't think it's any harm to, and my mind is, I don't know where my mind is this evening. I don't think there's any harm to asking after the prayer if there's anybody that you care to mention. I didn't do that before.
Jay Rosenblatt and Winston Clark.
Yeah. We're here. We're here. Okay. Refuah Shlema to all these people. So, a little bit of exegesis, a little bit of literary analysis, a little bit of storytelling, with I hope some kind of sort of homiletic points I want to raise. It's about Moses, and it's about Moses' relationship with God. So Moses, he enters the book of Exodus right away, chapter 1, and his presence is felt throughout the whole rest of the Hebrew Bible, the remaining 4 books, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And one of the interesting elements that it's obvious in reading the books, but I don't know that people will often sort of focus in on it, is the relationship that Moses and God have. When you study creative writing, one of the basic fundamental principles of writing a story is that your main character or characters should go through some kind of change, some kind of evolution, else the story lies flat. If you think about the Torah as a series of short stories, which it is, you can see how both the character of Moses and more kind of surprisingly God go through changes. So Moses and God meet each other for the first time out in the desert right near Mount Sinai. He's with the sheep. Moses is newly married. They got a kid. He's taken over. He's taken a share in the family business. He's out in the desert, and he comes across a bush that he sees is not consumed. And at first, the story says that there's an angel present in that bush. But the minute Moses' attention is caught in a deep kind of way, in a mindful kind of way, the angel goes away, and God appears in the burning bush. And God says, "Moses, Moses," and Moses says, "Hineni, I am ready," and that begins the whole story. Now, in that element of the story, of course, God gives Moses the mission of going to be the liberator of his people who have been enslaved now for some centuries. At first, Moses doesn't want to do the job. And God asks him over and over again. And Moses says, "I don't want to do it." One of the lines he says is, "I'm ani aral sfatayim," which is translated, probably mistranslated, "I am uncircumcised of lips," which tradition suggests means something like he had a stutter, but you never see the stutter anyplace else in the book. So it's not clear what it means literally, but it means, look, I don't want to stand up in front of Pharaoh. I don't want to go do that. And finally God says out of frustration, "All right, tomorrow your brother's going to show up." And Aaron shows up, and they go through the rest of their career together until Aaron dies sometime in the book of Numbers. So that's God and Moses' first encounter with each other. And God, God is God. God will always have the upper hand. No question about it. That's who God is. But God had to placate Moses, by bringing in his brother, who, by the way, we've never heard of before. Somehow the author invented Aaron in order to placate Moses and move forward as they did. So I'm not going to give every instance of Moses and God because there's a lot of them, but I'm going to give you a few. The next one has to do with the holiday that's coming up in 3 weeks, with Pesach. The Israelites have been liberated. The Israelites are at the sea, and Pharaoh, as you know, changes his mind and says, "What did I do? Oh, Gewalt, I got to go bring these people back." And he gets the army together, and the entire army, and the chariots, and the horses, and the bazookas, and the bombs, and whatever else they have. And the Israelites are scared out of their wits, and Moses says to the Israelites, "Wait a minute, God's going to take care of it for us." And God says to Moses, he doesn't quite put it that way. He says, "What are you waiting for, Moses? Get moving." And so God has to tell Moses once again what to do. But by this time, by virtue of Moses saying to the people, even though he's wrong, he's right and he's wrong, God and Moses have already become kind of buddies. All through the 10 plagues, of course, and so forth. The sea splits, they get to the other side, and you know the rest. And for that we have 8 days in 3 weeks from which we can't eat bread, have to eat matzah, have to eat these square crackers. So that's another scene. The next scene I want to talk about is at the time of the spies. The time of the spies. We're up to the book of Numbers. I said this isn't going to be exhaustive. So God tells Moses to send spies to Canaan to check out the land and bring back a report of what they see. And the 12 spies come back, and 2 of them, Caleb and Joshua, they're optimistic. And it's a beautiful land. This is the place where they come back with a vine of grapes so heavy they have to carry it on 2 poles. You've seen that image. And the Israelites, but the other 10 spies say, "We can't do this. We're scared." And the Israelites all start to panic. And God quells the panic the way God often does in the book of Numbers by killing a couple of Israelites. There's a lot of dead Israelites in the book of Numbers by virtue of becoming angry with God, but God becoming angry with them rather. And it all quiets down. And God says to Moses, "These are troublesome people. Let me get rid of them and we'll start all over again." And Moses says, calm down Hashem, calm down, fella. What's going to happen if you do that? They're going to hear all the way back in Egypt how you brought us out of Egypt to kill us all. That's bad public relations. You don't want to do that. And God calms down, and Moses schmeises God a little bit more. He pats as it were, pats God on the cheek and on the head and on the back, and they calm down. I'm going to backtrack because there's a similar scene that takes place at the time of the golden calf. You know that story. Moses is up too long on the mountain. People get nasty. They get angry. They tell Aaron to make us a god. Aaron makes a golden calf. Moses hears about it, comes down, quells the riot, and I'm not going to go into the detail about that. But at the end, Moses and God are having a quiet moment. And Moses says to God, God, let me see your glory, God. Let me see your kavod. And God says, nobody can see my face and live, not even you, Moses. I'm going to put you in the cleft of the rock, and I'm going to pass before you, and all you're going to be able to see is my back. So the friendship only goes so far, because God is God and Moses is human. You can only see my back. But I always think of that moment, like the end of that lawyer show on TV with Bill Shatner and whatever his name was, where they would have a cigar and scotch on top of the building. This is a cigar and scotch moment. God and Moses are having a cigar and a scotch, and they're deepening their friendship. So God has trained Moses. God has told Moses that he's got to get moving. They've each calmed each other down, and then there's the moment with the water where the Israelites demand water, and God says to Moses and Aaron, "Speak to the rock, and water will come out." And Moses is so angry at the children of Israel. And sometimes I know what that anger is all about. He hits the rock instead of speaking to the rock. And why? And so God says to Moses and Aaron, because you failed to sanctify me in the face of the Israelites, you can't see the promised land. Now, interpreting that story is a longer moment than what I'm going to take this evening. But the relationship between God and Moses has been damaged. And Moses never gets to see the promised land. But at the end of the book of Deuteronomy, God says to Moses, all right, I know you're not going to be able to see, I told you you can't cross over, but that doesn't mean you can't see the promised land. That doesn't mean you can't see the promised land. Go up on top of this mountain and take a look, Har Nebo. Go up on top of Mount Nebo, and you can see all the way into the promised land. And Moses goes up and he does that. And then I'm going to bring in a wonderful midrash, a beautiful midrash. The time has come. God's going to keep God's word. Moses can't cross over into the promised land. And God declares to all of creation that he's going to take Moses' life. And every bit of creation speaks up. The rocks speak up. The birds speak up. The moss on the trees speak up. The trees speak up. The crocodiles, the squirrels, the people speak up. And they say, how can you take this tzaddik away from us, this great righteous man? God says, it's what I got to do. A promise is a promise. 120 years is a good long life. And then the midrash goes, God leaned down and took Moses' life with a kiss. God gives Moses a kiss on the lips or on the cheek. It was California. He kissed him on the lips. And Moses dies. Moses dies with God's blessing. So that's a friendship. That's a friendship. And if we were doing this in a Torah class, we would look at a lot more passages. There's real growth between the both of them. And that kiss also indicates in the mind of the Midrash writer that God is sad about this, but it's inevitable. It's sad, but the event is inevitable. They help each other, they coach each other, they quarrel with each other, they push each other around a little bit. God pushes Moses around a little bit more than Moses pushes God, because God is God. But that's a friendship. And it's like friendship. It's like a really good friendship. Think about your good friends whom you've known for years and years. God and Moses knew each other, at least 40 years, right? At least 40 years, about 50 years by the Bible's reckoning. And and they hung out with each other, they became angry with each other, they bargained with each other, and finally in the end, at the death of one friend in the presence of the other, there's a real sense of mourning, a real sense of sadness. And when you read those passages, you have to be a cold-hearted person yourself not to feel the sadness of the moment. And then the text ends, by the way, the book of Deuteronomy ends, and thus Moses died. There never arose again a prophet in Israel like Moses, who spoke to God face to face, panim el panim. That's a friend. You get to speak to each other face to face, to talk to each other, to communicate with each other, to understand each other, to love each other, to be friends with each other. And so it's a great story. I mean, the Bible is a great story. I've spent most of my career trying to persuade people that it's a holy book. It's the book of our people. But that doesn't stop it from being full of pathos and bathos and ethos and sadness and happiness and humor, and this wonderful continuing tale from the third chapter of the book of Exodus to the very end of our Creator and our greatest prophet, Moshe Rabbeinu. Shabbat Shalom. Oops. And who might I say is opening the ark this evening for the Aleinu? Why, the family sitting right in front of me. Please come forward. Look, what happened? Just a second. I'm having, you can go over to the ark. Just give me a second. I'm having real... All right. The Aleinu has disappeared from the book. What page is the Aleinu on?
121.
121? 121?
Yes.
I'd take your word for it.
121.
Page 121. Please rise. And you need to open the ark. Some combination of the four of you. Please open the ark. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula li'otzer bereshit, shenatan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malachei hamalachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yihiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Close the ark. He's doing just fine, Naomi. Don't worry. Thank you. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. Thank you. You get better and better. Please be seated. Reader? You have a reader? We have a reader? We have a reader.
Shabbat Shalom. When evil diminishes our world, let us be the bearers of light and hope. When fists are clenched in self-righteous rage, let our hands be open for the sake of peace.
Can you speak into the mic?
When injustice slams doors on the hill, the poor, the old, and the stranger, let us pry open the doors. Where shelter is lacking, let us be builders. Where food and clothing are needed, let us be providers. Where knowledge is denied, let us be champions of learning. When dissent is stifled, let us speak truth to power. When the earth and its creatures are threatened, let us be their guardians. When bias, greed, and bigotry erode our country's values, let us fight for liberty throughout the land. In the places where no one acts like a human being, let us bring courage, let us bring compassion, let us bring humanity.
Amen. Thank you. Amen. Thank you very much. Much love. We continue with the Kaddish, page 131. Have a reader? Yeah. This is a good time to come forward.
Shabbat Shalom. Remembering those who've loved and lost, remember me. To the living I am gone, to the sorrowful I'll never return. To the angry I was cheated. But to be happy I'm at peace, and to the faithful I have never left. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon the shore, gazing at the beautiful sea, remember me. As you look in awe at the mighty forest and its grand majesty, remember me. As you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never be gone.
Thank you. This evening we are observing the Yortzeit of Anne Goldman, mother of Janet Lieber, Helen Kameroff, mother-in-law of Lois Kameroff, Robert Reitzes, father of Jeff Reitzes. Page 131, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalmad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayinecho beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimiru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach li'olam ulal me'ol maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpo'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yalma v'yimiru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimiru amen. Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimiru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the most transcendent of places bring peace down to us, among us humans, in this world of ours. Together we say, Amen. Please be seated. Announcements, announcements, announcements. I failed the announcement world today. I didn't write up announcements, but I have two, and if there are any others, please pipe up when I'm done. First, I'm going to keep harping on this until May the 4th. We are into the World Zionist the elections for the World Zionist Congress, which is an event that takes place every 5 years that elects representatives to the Congress from the diaspora and from the state of Israel, whose job it is primarily to manage $1 billion budget of the Sochnut, the Jewish agency. So it's a real opportunity for us to have a voice in an important element of Israeli life. You go to the website. There are flyers outside that you can pick up. You go to the website. It costs $5. It costs $5, and you have 22 parties to choose from. You can pick any party you like. There's Hadassah, for instance. There's some ultra-Orthodox party or parties, and there's a Reform party. we would like you to vote for the Reform Party, but elections are elections, and nobody's going to look over your shoulder. They're free and fair elections. Nobody's going to dispute the elections, but it's really, really important to get involved in this. And I'll be talking about it, as I say, until May the 4th, or until people stop saying, "Shut up already, we voted." But I know how this goes. People will need to be reminded. That's one. Second, I just made arrangements with Rabbi Dr. Ron Kronish. I don't really like the title Rabbi Doctor, but he is a rabbi and he has a PhD. So, and he's an Israeli friend of mine who for 20-some years was the director of the Interfaith Coordinating Council in Israel. He's coming, and one reason I'm concerned about this is because I've spoke with a couple of people in the congregation who agreed that there is a history here of giving a lecture on a Sunday afternoon. He's in New York and he goes to bed too early. He couldn't do a Wednesday at 7, which is when our other lecturers are speaking, because he just says he can't stay up too late, and I have to respect that. Although we're paying him real American money. If someone was paying me money, I would stay up till 4 in the morning. But never mind. He's a good guy. He's a good speaker, and what he'll do is he'll give us an update, an up-to-the-minute update as to what's going on in Israel at the time. So we're going to publicize it. There'll be a link. It's a Zoom call, and please feel free to join us. So those are two announcements. Other announcements?
I have one. Yes.
Sure.
So for next Wednesday, March 26th, is our Dine for a Cause, which is our annual fundraiser for the
Excuse me.
Midrash.
You said you didn't say dying for a cause.
Dine,
Dine for-
D-I-N-E.
Okay. Just my hearing.
Dine, D-I-N-E for a Cause. It's our annual fundraiser for the Beit Midrash, the religious school. It's being held at a restaurant called Virtue and Vice in Danville, across from Primo's on Harts Avenue. Anybody who dines there, you can either go in and dine in or take food out. Anybody who dines there, the Beit Midrash gets 10% of the total bill, that's food and alcohol, and 100% of the tips. So it's the biggest fundraiser for the religious schools. So anybody, we would like to encourage as much participation as possible. If you want to dine in, you can make reservations online at Virtue and Vice. If you want to take out, you can call them and order the takeout, and we'll get the money from either one.
Good. All right. You had me worried for a second, though, about whether we were dying or dining, but okay. Okay. Any other announcements? Yeah. Little louder. Oh, it's a great. I don't know if it's on.
I copied.
It's
I
a great
copied the
menu,
menu, and it's a great menu.
I just want to say that Brotherhood is having their Man of the Year award dinner, and it's going to be March 29th at 6 p.m. right here at Beth Hayim. All male members are invited to attend.
Okay. Yeah. Another announcement.
So, everybody, this is important. On Sunday, April the 13th at 5 o'clock, here at Bethlehem Congregation, we are having our first annual, I guess,
Well, hopefully.
Passover Seder. Come, it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. We've got some great food. We're going to set beautiful tables. Rabbi Cohn is going to lead us in this awesome Seder experience, so we hope that you'll come. You can sign up online. If you'd like to bring something to share, you can do that. Some hard-boiled eggs. You can sign up for whatever, okay? But please come. We've already got about over 40 people coming. There's plenty of room in this room, so I hope you'll come.
And that's second night Seder, right? That's second night.
Second night of Passover. Second night of Passover. Okay, page 133, Adon Olam. Now, I said this a couple weeks ago, that one of the indisputable proofs of God's existence is that Adon Olam can be fitted into any melody in the world. So we're going to do something a little different tonight, and hopefully you can catch on. You can catch on because you'll know the melody. All right, page 133. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra liyetnaso bechefzo kol azay melech shemo nikra v'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yiyeh b'tifara v'hu echad v'yein sheni lahamshilo lahachbira b'li reshit b'li tachlit v'lo ha'oz v'hamisra v'hu eli v'chai goali v'tzurchev li b'yetzara v'hu nisi umanos limanat kosi b'yom ekra b'yado afkid ruchi b'yeti shan v'ya'ira v'im ruchi geviati Adonai li v'lo ira. Please rise. Kol ha-nishama tehallel, hallelujah. Find a friend, a neighbor. Nobody eats lunch alone. Kol ha-nishama tehallel, hallelujah. Kol ha-nishama tehallel, hallelujah. I didn't mention, by the way, that my Devar was inspired by our next life cycle event, Ari's Devar Torah, who he's also talking about friendship. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless us all and care for us. May God's light shine down upon us with kindness and grace, with love and friendship and respect. May God lead us out into this world to help us build, I say, a much friendlier place than we're living in at the moment, and bringing us love and friendship and above all peace. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Take it easy. Thank you. Thank you.